Ah, pardon me, I was just absorbed in thought. Salutations, class, and welcome back. As expected earlier, we said we'd be doing Guilty Gear Strive lobbies, so I don't think we need too much of a fluffy introduction. This is something we can dive into immediately. Lobbies are open for anyone who would like to attend. But first things first, we could use a little bit of a warm-up. I'll go ahead and see if we can get some floor 10 sets in, get those fingers cracked and ready to go. Having a little bit of trouble over here. Okay, there we go. Hopefully Arc System Works is not having the issues that it did yesterday. That was very disruptive to our tournament. I do believe everything is shipshape and ready to go. Ah, Retromary, welcome! So glad to see you again. I can't remember if you were a Strive player. Yep, right in front of the mic. And I'm going to need that as I break them quite regularly when playing. Although I did really just try to get into the ladder just to occupy some space before we actually started in lobbies, but given that we do have a few folk who have shown up immediately, what say us to go ahead and get them set up? Look at the pompadour on this guy. That's the Goldlewis hair, I imagine. Let's go ahead and set up a lobby. I'll go ahead and get a little bit of labbing done in that time. Network done. Network and player match. Not very good or competitive. Well, if you ever look to get back in, you speak in past tense, so I assume that you dropped it a while ago. And you were there for the, what was it? It was the Nicktoons tournament, so I imagine you're more of a Smash player. Welcome, Kayla. Welcome. Go ahead and get that started up. RGXA 7W. Put that link in here, and we will begin a little bit of our labbing analysis. Been a while, and yes, you are more of a Smash player. At least better at Smash than at this game, I understand. Well, lobbies are definitely open for any— wait, no, I'm not getting into that spot. Lobbies are open if you ever want to join. Welcome, ETG. We're gonna go ahead and get a little bit of labbing done before we have some actual matches in here. I don't know if you've, seen this, by the way. I do have my own palette for Goldlewis. If you're getting good at any game, it's Demon Slayer. You know, I did hear a lot about that game, but I still haven't even seen it on my timeline. I guess I'm just not going to get into anime fighters, as it very rarely intersects with a lot of the other games I play. I always try to be welcoming. After all, one of my lifetime goals is to get more people into fighting games. Which is, well, exactly where my game design aspirations lie. Which we might even start picking up in the coming months. We've had a couple of lessons lately, and I do have some starter ideas for an engine that I could get prepared. Really, the biggest hassle for me is finding the non-programming elements of the game. I can do any of the level design, or AI, or programming myself, but graphical elements and sound are where I have, a bit of a weakness. Just not as popular. Yeah, and I've barely been exposed to it whatsoever, so I guess it really just is something that, no offense, a lot of casual folks spot, but it probably doesn't have a very competitive scene if I'm not seeing too much of it. I don't have a PlayStation, so it would be entirely in, PC. This is a very high-risk setup, so long as we, well, you can see we do need to warm up our timing a bit. So, let's get in a little bit of that in. Bread and butter. And we'll need to get in our dash to start with our Okizeme setups. Right, I do believe... Where's that heavy slash input? Alright, so we did not actually get a diagonal for that one. We kind of pressed the keys... like, individually. We're supposed to actually intersect one of the corners, at the very least. So getting your 862 and 842 perfect is an important part of getting this character right. I did just nap, so I guess we will need a bit of a warm-up. We did catch the backdash there, wonderful. I don't know if it beats every sort of dash setup. It's an arena fighter, so it's typically more for casual folks, but it does have a pretty competitive game. Just underground compared to things like Strider Smash. Yeah, I did try to get into Rivals of Aether for a bit. I even was thinking of doing a custom character for it. Globco's community to find the competitive scene. You know, I might take a look at it. Although I do believe it is past the time for me to get a lot of presentable stream content out of it. I guess I am out of drink. Yep. Alright, switching to tea. And it's still scalding hot. So, lay off on the hydration for a bit then. I've had a couple of game dev streams recently, and I don't have it as necessarily something that I do regularly. I don't think I've worked on any game development projects in, coming up on 3.5 years. It's something I previously aspired to as a hobby, but then, well, became bogged down with a lot of work that I've had to do. It's something I am capable of, I just rarely have the time. And I try not to get too invested into projects that I don't believe will come to fruition. And as it is, while I do have my admiration for solo developers, I don't yet have any ideas that are within the range of ambition for what a solo developer could do. But maybe that could change. I did start the whole VTubing thing so I could start getting myself held accountable to do a lot of learning on my own end. Streaming, and I'd be doing it for, say, video editing or art. Other things I could be streaming. Really, the only thing I'd say I'm really good at is programming. Hence the namesake of Turing after Alan Turing, a computer scientist who helped crack a lot of codes in ciphers in World War II. You should know the name, he's pretty popular. We're still getting backdashed out of that. So this might only be an option. Okay, never mind. We just need to start dashing a lot earlier. And get the timing down on that, we'll have to do. Alright, that's a little bit of warm-up done. Let's see, we should probably do an entire speed run of bread and butters for Goldlewis every time we start a stream. Might make for a good routine. /confirm. Other side. Let's see. Bread and butter mid-screen punish. Into the Oki setup. You'd recommend RPG Maker, and you can find some Humble Bundle assets and some software bundle if you're lucky. You know, I wasn't thinking about actually purchasing pre-made assets for the longest time. Although from what I've seen of Inscription, I do believe basically that entire game, all the graphical stuff, is made out of pre-developed assets. And it does all look cohesive with each other, so I might change my mind on that. For what I know about RPG Maker, a lot of it actually doesn't involve much programming. It would be mostly a number of pre-made commands and functions. With the way it handles most battles, I don't think it opens up too much for programming. And I am, more importantly, a fighting game player. So, our new objective with Goldlewis VTuber is we'll need to do something that can't be backdashed. If our opponent does not have a DP, then we'll basically need to be doing this to discourage it from happening. Another thing we can do is 268 rather than 862. Although 862 is preferable as it's slightly more plus, and gets a knockdown so we can do looping Okizeme. It also forces our opponent to stand, which will open them up more to more shenanigans. We can also do 5k if we have it timed properly, as that will also catch backdashes with its 9 active frames. Really, what I need to focus on most here is Raw 684. And we need to basically never miss that input. Humble bundle assets. Interesting idea. Since we do not immediately have anyone showing up, let us resume with heading straight into the ladder.
Network.
I wonder what I could make off of a bundle of pre-made assets. I would probably be able to use those very reliably for background elements, for actual level design and stuff like that, as I don't think I have any too unique ideas for level design that can be accomplished with, say, grass, rock, wood, tile textures, so on and so forth. Welcome, Decursion. We have only just begun.
Welcome.
And that is going to be a lot of talking tonight. My tea is still scalding hot, so we'll hold off on it. Always proud to see another person representing Ooh, level 800! Now that's something I'd like to see. Retro Mary, I always appreciate the most talkative of attendees. I did do this essentially as a way to network and socialize. As for fighting game engines, well, the thing I know in and out is Yo-Yo Games Game Maker Studio 2, which a lot of games people are familiar with are what they're used for. Something my friend. I'm going to assume that means like tatami. Probably. I know how to program in Game Maker Studio 2 very, very well, so the issue is not really finding an engine. The issue is going to be finding assets for the graphics and sound. Alright, no tea for now.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Right, we need to be a bit more wary of random backdashes. Ooh, just at the tip. Well done. So, another thing we need to focus on is if we whiff in neutral, we need to not immediately... Nice aggression. Well done. Catch the jump. Wait, we could have definitely actually finished that with the super. But a BRC from the neutral reset will do just fine. Well done. Excellent grab. Excellent grab again. Huh. Well done. Okay, a bit less on the backdash, as she's very good at being aggressive to us. So... she's always trying to hit us with that. And until we actually start counting it... and there we go. Got that first. The mat is pretty amazing for pressure, but I think it's actually -2. It is a very good tool for frame trapping, and it does leave a long-lasting hitbox. What is most important, though, is if you use it in the air... indeed, we're whiffing our Oki setups, which we should not be doing. I attempted to mash out of that. That might not have been a mashable setup. Well done. We should probably just tech that. Ah, no backdash for us. Excellent throw. We'll really need to get in a good throw tech in there. Ah, just in the blind spot. Going with the jump slash again. Delay our wake up a little bit, since I know she's trying to fish for that counter so much. A bit of an irresponsible burst. And go ahead and just counter her in the air again, since she seems to be too jump happy. And so you finally get it. We should probably stop trying to use dust as an air-to-air, as it's going to be very, very slow. I did hit throw, but it might have been... okay. It was before the super flash. Hello. I do believe you missed. Practicing racial combos from BlazBlue and feeling restrained for the first time in the fighting game. I haven't picked up BlazBlue in a while. I think it's been about a month since I've played. I wonder how I'd be able to keep up with it using the Mixbox here. The tatami mat is mostly important for getting setups in the air, as it functions differently in the air, more as a projectile. Nice gold burst. And here comes the PRC. Ah, not a very good anti-air there. Drone. Get the jump out attempt and continue. So what we have here is a very, very twitchy Viking, and mostly we just need to expect the air approach like that every single time. Like that. Get our punish. And they're just basically going to burst every time they have the opportunity. Really good use of the Gatling gun. I try to make my best use of using it in unorthodox ways, as I found it gets itself punished way too often whenever it's used predictably, say if I happen to be full screen against an opponent. Let's rock again!
Here comes Daredevil.
Very fun. I enjoy the Bike and Goldlewis matchup. Both of us have war crimes for air buttons. I might have to just get some ice for that tea. Have you been paying much attention to Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl lately? That was basically the last time I had much interaction with you. Okay. Interesting set of throws here. Okay, yeah. We're always going to be approached with jump S. Go ahead and get that started. Ah, so no air approach this time. And a good confirm into our usual low bread and butter. I haven't really cared basically at all about Nicktoons or the Nickelodeon Brawl since like the first week after it came out. The netcode definitely didn't seem good enough. Interesting. There's a tether specific combo for that. Drone goes out. Ah, if only we remained on the ground. Although Baiken was there in a bit of a blind spot that we would have lost to anyway. Excellent brain trap. I'm a little bit too eager to get that throw in. And that's what we're having trouble with. Excellent frame trap. And goodbye. Drone. Catch the attempt to jump out, and well done! There's actually a little blind spot there that Baiken managed to poke us through. Developers been attempting to improve said netcode, but haven't seen any updates. I wonder if we can 5K that. We can, although it trades. Cheeky gold burst. If you're going to be irresponsible, so am I.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
We should actually be using our aerial behemoth typhoons a lot more in neutral and for air pressure. A little overeager. And Gatling gun to get you into the corner. And again, we have missed our behemoth typhoon, which is what we should have gotten there. Is that a block, or did you... Ah! It's a parry! Wonderfully done. Ah. We still hit her. Wonderfully done. I have improved a lot. We actually just had a, oh dear. Yeah, I think that's me being dead. Very quick on the input. We actually just had a tournament yesterday, and I managed to get 5th place out of about 30 entrants or so. I need to take another look at that little table.
Duel 1.
We'll start with a backdash, as she's always super eager to get approaching. And again, I wish Goldlewis had a bit better movement speed. And OTG for the KO. Definitely never be able to keep up now. I have basically been playing this regularly since release. So she's very skittish, and going to mostly worry about escaping pressure. But we can go ahead and chip her out like that. Okay, so we'll expect a lot of backdashes on Wake Up. Basically, either backdash or parry on Wake Up is what I'm mostly seeing. Which means we will need a drone to cover us. One thing we can definitely focus on is trying to get drone setups. Although maybe not off of that bread and butter. Possibly we'd cut things short with a slash or close slash 2H into 486, and then just set up a drone off of there. And wait to make our attack come out until after, our attack will come out after the drone makes its first hit. 5k, okay, so maybe the timing was off. Wonderful throw setup. Oh, interesting. Drone goes out, there's the jump. Very aggressive, and I shouldn't be letting her get away with it. So we're not going to. Of course, we are going to be making very bad setups to follow up that drone off of. So instead, why don't we just wait when it comes out? We don't need to open her up, we just need the drone to cover our Oki. Okay, lots of backdashes. Drone. That is a frame trap. 268 will be usually about +9 in most situations. So that would be only a 3-frame gap between those attacks. And so, we definitely just need to vary our pressure a lot more, because we are still getting caught by shenanigans like that. And that was an attempt to throw, but we ended up getting a sweep instead. So execution is always something we need to be focusing on. Take a drink, and continue. Alright, so what are our best round start options? Okay. Drone goes out. There's her attempt to get over. Send out another one even though it's not going to go very far. We don't even need to approach. We didn't need to press the button there. I do believe we have a chance. And the tether actually pulled you back for that confirm. Which, well, there's another setup we can use. That JS is a problem. We can go ahead and take that 40%. lots of backdashes. We don't really need to worry about our approach. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take the KO here. Also, let's start with... Yep, there we go. Drone goes out. Right. We should really just stay at full screen in these situations. Baiken can't hurt us from full screen. Alright. Go ahead and go for the nasty fake out there. Well done. Let's see if you can carry it through. Ah, just barely out of range for Far Slash. Nicely done. A good starting round move may be bombs since they dash back so much. Yeah, but we are in range of a lot of our buttons. And the drone has about an entire second of duration. It's very slow to come out. It would have been caught by that exact 2S there. Ah. Drone goes out. 6p that. And 6p that too. Go ahead for the jump back to get ourselves a very interesting little motion there into the JD setup. And mistake. Yeah, the drone takes about a full second of duration. Sheikah, I'm so glad to see you pulling up. Are you ready to get annihilated? Oh, I know you're looking for a match. Oh, I wish you said that before I exited out of here. Very well. Just went through a gauntlet of people in Strive, or... Ah, stream delay. Yeah, that's how things go. I'm gonna go ahead and get some ice for my tea here as... Oh, in BBCF and Strive. You know, I really do need to be playing a lot more Central Fiction. It's been a while. I do want to pick up that game. I definitely need more friends playing it. So, maybe I'll look for some more matches in the future. I will be right back here in a moment. I do need to get my ever so necessary hydration ready. So, I will depart for just a moment. Tea gang indeed. that is a much more tolerable temperature. One moment. What a comfortable evening. I hope everyone's comfy on this Saturday. My favorite day of the week, personally. Only day of the week that I always have basically a morning whenever and a night whenever. Now, first things first, let's go ahead and update that R code. Real gamers do indeed drink tea. I just got the most abhorrent idea. What about mixing tea with G Fuel? Oh, that sounds horrible. Edit profile, and change that comment. But Retro Mary, I have to up my game. Just imagine the power I would have. With that much caffeine in my system, I would be unstoppable. Although, funny enough, I actually have some red tea flavored G Fuel. Occasionally I do that for a little bit of a wake up in the afternoon. Just take the tea powder out of the bag. Let's see. We will be taking a while for Sheikah to show up, so go ahead and check my Discord DMs since people are messaging me. Make sure I am not being interrupted by something. Alright, it does look like anyone who would be interested in a match. Ah, okay. So we might have some folks showing up later. No, I'm not putting that in my tea. It is almost 9 p.m. right now. There's no way I'm going to go ahead and give myself more caffeine. The tea itself is decaffeinated. Huh, did we disconnect? Suppose we did. A shame. I guess Arc System Works is still having some issues. I wish I could have streamed all day. I only had about 5 hours of sleep, but I do hope I can work on my endurance in the future. I would absolutely love to do just a vibe all day sort of thing on Saturdays. In fact, I might even try to do specifically game dev streams in the future. Since those last couple of lessons, even though they haven't been necessarily popular, were among my most fun and entertaining streams. So maybe it would be nice to get in a little bit of work done just with sort of a laid-back environment. Why are the Romans canceling? Okay, that's funny. This is a difficult matchup, but not an impossible one. Caffeine barely works on you. That's a shame. It is necessary for a lot of lifestyles. Most new Axles will go ahead and 5p round start. There was a section there that we could have easily done a 684. Drawn out. And we will need to aggressively burst to keep him in the corner. Interesting RC. I don't know why we air dashed backwards back there. There are some habits we need to eliminate, essentially. Well done. reset to neutral, and this time we will do that to make sure that we can stay on top of him, as is necessary for this entire matchup. Well done. Get back in that corner, please. And hit him with the low high. I do believe he was trying to mash out of that. Wonderfully done. This is a very difficult matchup for us. But once we get in, it's basically free. Huh, I wonder... Yeah, he actually probably does low profile our, He actually does probably low profile our, 2P. Nope, not bursting. And, you know, I did jump to avoid it. Nicely done. I did jump to avoid it, but a little bit too early. What we might want to do in a case like that is just super jump into an air dash. Nicely done. Remember, there's basically no way for us to get in for free. So even after we clear out something, he has a lot of frame traps to catch us. Take ourselves a little bit minus. We can probably get in off of a high jump into our BT routine. Off of a proper whiff. The thing is, we always have to be patient in this matchup. Nicely done. Ah, full screen. Nope, we're not bursting that. Wonderfully done. Alright. This is his hardest matchup. What we definitely need to focus on... Okay, so in that case we want to do 5P into... Ah, miss. Drone goes out. And there we go for that KO. It's all a matter of patience. You really need to just entirely change your strategy against this guy. Yep, no, we absolutely cannot actually mash that setup. Now, this is Axel experience. Nicely done. Okay, so no punish there. Excellent way for him to retreat. Drone goes out. Nicely done, and I can still never react to that. It's just a subtle animation. Maybe I do need to do that in training mode for quite a bit. Alright, there's the set. Axel players usually look just for Goldlewis to fight, so if he shows up again, I'm gonna go ahead and wait. What I'd like to do,
We've got a newcomer. Are you ready?
Okay, different person. I wonder how we lab situations that would require looking out for something like that. Is there a way to make him alternate various attacks in neutral? I know we have a way to make him swap out between different ideas when, or swap out between different setups when he's finished blocking or recovering from an attack. Ah, darn. Guess it's time to turn down that heater a bit more. I am getting sweaty. Alright, shimmy over here. Yeah, it's March. I guess we don't need to focus too much on keeping it warm in here anymore. We're not gonna have very many cold days from here on out. Can you believe it's already March? Feels like New Year's was just yesterday. Just your check.
We've got a newcomer. Are you ready?
And let's try this again. First thing to test is... Never mind, I guess that isn't going to work. I think we'll decline if they try to match us again. We might have to just do a little bit of labbing here instead. Okay, so that barely clips them at the tip.
Are you ready?
Hopefully this one works instead. Fun to listen to while grinding Skyblock. You know, I never really did any of the weird minigames for Minecraft kind of stuff. I did try to do one little Skyblock challenge, which had one block in the middle, which would always swap out to different substances. That was basically it, though. It's always 2S. Alright, nice setup. Really? From all the way up there? God, I hate Kai.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Not like that will actually hit anything, but... Catch his backdash attempt. Okay, we can definitely jump out of the... Drum comes out. And there's our KO. Do you know what an aquascape is? No, I don't. Actually haven't heard of it. Wrong, BT. Drum goes out, cover my approach. Drum goes out, catch his attempt to run away. Nice FD there. Ah, excellent 6P. Yeah, no, I have no idea what Aquascape is.
언제든 다시 상대해드리죠.
Aw, really? I wonder what the purpose of drone is with the fact that it has so much recovery. Really hope that we end up having a balance patch sometime soon, which might improve our situation. But this is a character I play, and no matter how dysfunctional he'd be, I'd still play him. Unless he's Anji, because Anji is actually a dysfunctional character. For those of you viewing right now, I am willing to open up lobbies whenever we have someone who wants to run sets. Was that... I can't really tell what the long one or the short one is. That seems to be the issue here. This is the first Ino I've bought in like months.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Wonderfully done. It's aquariumscaping with live plants and fish. One of the creators of the hobby's name is Takashi Amano. Let us continue. 684 because I know she's going to hit a very irresponsible button. Yeah. Easy.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Right, that's probably the plus one. There's our wall break reset. Right, so that will be an overhead setup. Okay, noted.
Let's rock.
Nice anti-air at the very least. Nope, I was expecting a backdash there, but that will suffice.
Duel 3. Let's rock. Perfect.
And there's the obvious bait. If they're on low health and your next hit will kill them, they probably are going to bait. I have burst baited a lot of folk in my time, and that's basically what a lot of it comes down to, is understand the tenseness of the situation, And continue. I did have another friend, what's their name? It was Proxy, who did play Eno as well. Do tell me if you pick it up again. Oh, 6p. Oh, 6p. Oh, 6p. Why 6p? They gave my boy the worst anti-air in the game. Wow, that is a very high hitbox too. She's so beautiful, of course. Definitely sounds like an emo main. Right, we did have her set up to just basically wake up super every single time. Nah, there's definitely a specific kind of person who tends to follow, around. A very bi person. Understandable. I never said it was invalid. It's a very valid opinion. We're gonna start with 5p always, as that catches most of his shenanigans. Nicely done. Ooh, just out of range. Go ahead and get some chip on him. Get closer to that corner for me. I'm gonna go ahead and hit your attempt to jump out. Fake him out. And block the wake up super. This is actually one of Pot's heavily losing matchups. There was a Potemkin player in tournament who switched to Kai the instant he had to match up against me. Oh yeah, it's very, very bad. This is one where Goldlewis gets to use his exceptional... His 5p, the one where he punches straight ahead of him. For some reason, he decides he's going to punch very high. It whiffs on most people, and even whiffs on Giovanna standing. But since Potemkin's so big, it actually hits him very reliably. There. He's officially gotten all that he would want out of the set. So here we are at neutral again. Let's go ahead and wear down some of that tension. He tried to go for the hard read. This is a very, very difficult matchup for Potemkin. Welcome, Chaos. I'm definitely down for any sets if you would like to get some Goldlewis matchup experience like this Potemkin too is handling. There's the burst. Yeah, this is a matchup I feel very sorry for, especially for that reason. Minigun actually goes through the shield for the most bizarre of reasons. Anything is eatable, Decursion, but not everything is edible. There is a distinction there.
Duel 1.
Yeah, no idea why minigun actually goes underneath or through that shield. I think it just goes underneath the hitbox. That is definitely an interaction that needs to be fixed. Oh, you poor soul. Excellent 6P. Ah, perfect air stall. Yeah, no, I think it just actually has the bullets go underneath. Yes, this is a very, very difficult matchup for Potemkin. Penguins can fly if you throw them hard enough. They could also fly if they were equipped with a jetpack. Yeah, I think the bullets just actually go underneath Potemkin's shield. That's just plain unfair. Same goes for Decursion. You might be even more evil than myself. Then again, I'm not very evil. I've had a lot of people ask questions about what is the alleged Xander morality, and the answer is that you're not supposed to know. You're not supposed to figure it out either. Alright, let's go ahead and get a... Whoops, wrong button. Get back out of here. Yeah, grapplers definitely need hard matchups, but I like the whole fundamental idea of two big body characters going at it. It's incredibly hyped to watch, always, just seeing two burly men with giant, violent buttons. And I wish it was actually something a lot more fair for Potemkin. Sheikah, welcome! Chaos is here, actually, so you're going to actually be able to fight someone with a decent connection. You know, Retro Mary is probably the first person to act... Should I just call you Mary or should I call you Retro? I don't know if I need to shorten that. Retro Mary is the first person to actually figure out the closest answer.
Network.
Chaotic Neutral definitely is closest. Alright, I might just end up coming over the entire thing. Closest answer to, yeah, Xander alignment. Of course, Sheikah might be willing to say pure evil, since I play Slayer. Create your own room, and let's get some sets going.
Welcome.
Interesting code. Chaotic good. Then you haven't been here for enough evil laughs yet. But I appreciate your opinion that, let's see. All the letters are lowercase, so that is an L, HHBKI. I wonder if we should put that in capitals. Chaotic good is close enough, too. Interesting everyone's going to chaotic, though. Alright, room code is up. Anytime you would like to join us, Chaos. I'm going to assume you will pull up here in a moment, so... Let me get that. Room settings to winner stays. Apply regulation. Make sure it is set on my song, which it keeps resetting back to. Why does it keep resetting back to auto? It should always and only be 6 Black Heaven's Guns. And no, I am not going to let you birthday train me.
Are you ready?
P1 side is mine. Oh yeah, T makes that way better.
Mankind. Duel 1.
Round start, 684. Of course, backdash. This is going to be a nightmare, fighting chaos in 6 frames. Yeah, he's very different. You always jump! You always jump! And I can't even read your wake up with these frames. So maybe it should just be nothing but 268s from here. And continue. Just give him a little punch in the head. Giovanna's standing pose is actually sort of a crouch and will also go underneath that punch. Yeah, that 5P whiffs on just about everything, and the reason why the Potemkin matchup is so difficult is Goldlewis reaches pretty far. Have fun, Sheikah. Do you like that cross-up? I swear, it is impossible to read that wake up. In fact, I actually just put down my controller. I expected you to go for the wall break there. Had to... Scratch my face there. Very well. Let's continue. It seems Chaos is not in here yet. Yeah, I wish I could actually read that wake up properly, but I keep getting grabbed, so maybe way earlier? I'm not sure. I await the day that computers engage in quantum entanglement, and then use that to actually give us instantaneous transmit. Okay, let us know when you are in here, Chaos. Is it Chaos or Chaos? Because a lot of the times I've seen Chaos spelled with a K, it's supposed to be pronounced like Chaos. I see it as in a lot of Japanese media.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Define better, Cameron. Go ahead and get that knocked down. Okay, so it is just Chaos. Got it. I always think of that cutscene in Sonic Adventure 2. The whole infamous Chaos control. Yeah, you can see me blocking on my end. I have no idea when those bullets are coming out. Don't you try to meme on me, you fool. If it's in terms of style, it's still the same. In terms of function, though, it does work just fine. Nah, they still have the pixel avatars and stuff like that. But I can't remember if it actually was different in function in the beta. But no, it is definitely working just well right now. One of the important things is we do have, as you might have seen there, instant rematch. So if you're pulling up for friendlies, You can have it set to winner stays, rotation, loser stays, so on and so forth. And instant rematch is a thing. Don't jump, Sheikah. Waiting on that counter hit, I see. Yeah, I mean, unless you just really don't like the aesthetics of little pixel characters. It's working great. It's high noon. Yeah, I definitely recommend it if you're interested in a slightly less complex fighting game. I'm going to guess that you might be a prior Guilty Gear fan if you're asking about specifically lobby functionality. Have you arrived yet, Chaos? Oh my goodness! So, have you decided to adjust your opinion, Sheikah? Am I no longer chaotic good? No response from Chaos yet, so let's rock another one.
Mankind knew that. Duel 1.
This is fair and balanced. It does feel kind of like a weird 5-5, I'm not sure. Allegedly it's impossible for Goldlewis, but I prior thought the same thing about the Axel matchup. And the netcode is exceptional. I'm actually fighting someone who's on the other side of the planet right now. Nope, not your turn yet. Here's the coffin. Get in. Oh, my apologies, Sheikah. Go ahead, you get a freebie. Freebie's over. Ah, just barely. Yeah, no, I definitely would not be fighting you in D-leg. No matter how much I appreciate it. Take a picture of the stick. I still can't tell whenever that wake up is happening. I guess just abuse anything that has about 20 active frames. In this behemoth typhoon. There's a reason for that, Chaos. And that happens to be this. Ruin my demonstration, why don't you? Oh, of course. Ah, missed. God, that's so disorienting. Thank you for the burst. Have a nice day. I don't know if I'll be notified whenever you join us, Chaos. So a reminder, please do inform us whenever you show up. Actually fought an Axel earlier today. Okay, connecting. See, And it shows me teching off the wall there. Goodness, this is horrible. Sheikah, you always try to jump out of the corner. Stop it.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Nicely done. See, and then I tried to do it early. There's the burst. See, you see me doing the FD approaches. Ah, so close. Maybe it actually does work if I'm closer. I can definitely help you with that matchup quite a bit. Nope. The fastest skyfish in the West. Alright. We will set it to winner stays, and hopefully the two of you actually have much more capable matches.
Are you ready?
Crackheado. I still love that. Edit room settings. Winner stays. Fine. You know what, I'll just spectate. You two go at it first. I'd happy to see it happen. Yeah, knowing your avatar and a lot of the chaos that comes with it. When I input that code and found a Potemkin named Crackhead, I thought, okay, I know exactly how this person plays. Very skewed to Potemkin. Yeah, with the, slide head. Preventing him from actually being able to do his little snipes. And that too. Okay, this is incredibly cathartic to watch. Ooh, the Kara Buster. Or Garuda Impact, that's what it is. Wonderfully done. Yeah, Potemkin says, oh, are you attempting to use a single button to control neutral? I think not. And the fall in. Excellent cancel and a reset by Sheikah. I think this is where Chaos actually needs to be doing the right stuff. Gold burst. And into the grab. Come on, that's step... It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay. No, that was incredibly cathartic. Don't you dare scold me, Sheikah.
Are you ready?
What's on your mind, Sheikah? You're working so hard. Yeah, some matchups really do feel like that. I think in that one, you just can't really use your aim down sight setups. You really need to work on just pressure. Ooh, wait! Does heavy slash beat it? Get some of that tension down. Nicely done. Wonderful neutral from you, by the way. And an excellent 6p. Okay, okay. I'm ready for this. I'm impressed. Drone goes out, which will not be interrupted by slide head. Get the body splay. There might be some things that will be difficult to react to in 6 frames of rollback, but if there is anything you'd like to know specifically about the matchup, I am happy to instruct you. Drone goes out, catch the attempt to jump out. Yeah, we kind of had a little triangle setup, little rock, paper, scissors, with who beats who in these matchups. Trying to out-neutral. Let me think, though. I can definitely tell how to defend against Goldlewis's pressure. I think if you are at the range where Goldlewis wants to Behemoth Typhoon you, a slide head might work. Maybe max range Garuda Buster, but a lot of the thing you need to watch out for is the jump dust into Behemoth Typhoon. You did wonderful neutral though, up to that point. Although I did basically need to win only once. If it's jump dust, it's probably going to be 624, that one. When do I plan on playing Hollow Knight? It will probably be late March at this point. Currently, we are working on finishing up Everhood. See, you see that setup. I guess I really have to work on his wake-ups. It seems to be a very popular thing for people to be suggesting. What I'm wondering though, or really the reason I have been putting it off, is I know that is an incredibly popular game, and he close slashed the other direction. See what I can do off this. We barely had enough health. Alright. But we still end up getting shot afterwards. So, the reason why I've been putting off Hollow Knight so much is, I try to leave searchable games for when they might get traction. I did do a lot of streaming for Dead Cells, starting when the new expansion came out. And that actually got about 6 times the viewership I normally got from Dead Cells. My prior streams with that game were only like 8 views. Which of course made me very sad. Hollow Knight, I wanted to wait until either, one, I had a decent number of subscribers under my belt, since I know it is very popular and basically is always being searched for at some point or another. Or for whenever an expansion comes out, or maybe I can't remember. Did they ever actually announce Silksong, or is that thing basically in, excuse me, in development hell forever? Since I am still a small YouTuber, I'm trying to leave those streams for whenever they would actually get the traction. A big announcement or whatever. I got almost 300 views on the, it's an update that will probably come out this year. Well, maybe when it drops then, I might actually, or, shortly beforehand, I might stream it. I just want you to know, Chaos, that this is incredibly cathartic to watch. Why? Because you came to the wrong neighborhood. Decursion, do let me know in the comments, ever, or on a stream itself, if they ever announce a release date. Since once that happens, people are gonna start getting hyped for it, and if I don't already know, then I'll need to be looking for the moment in which, what do you want, you little scrunko? What? I gave you food. You might want water. When it is no longer my turn, I'll go ahead and check on his food.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Yeah, I want to stream it when people are searching for it. But chances are, I mean, if you would like me to begin earlier, then I'm certainly welcome to do that. Excellent side head. I wasn't expecting the cross-up throw. Interesting. Nicely done. Ah, that was supposed to be sweet. And I do know Hammerfall is very minus, and I can punish it like that. I am here to please my viewers, as always, the Recursion. But yeah, I'll go ahead and listen to your advice. There's been a couple of folks, I think it's only been about 2 of my viewers who have been asking for a... excellent neutral. So we begin. Nicely done with the block there. Wonderful. You know, the one time I wasn't thinking about doing 5P on start, which is normally the best tool against Potemkin. Ah, he's a heavyweight, so that combo might not work on him. One thing to note is that every Behemoth Typhoon that does not start with a 6 input is deceptively plus. Wait until I get more viewers and then stream God of War. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Chaos. I did see a couple of counter hits versus a few Behemoth Typhoons. And something to know is... oh, wait, hold on. Omito, hold on. Let me look that up real quick. Omito? He actually tweeted out a very important thing earlier. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, what's his Twitter handle? Actually, yeah, you two go at it. I need to find this real quick. I'll spectate, since I probably need to check on my cat's food as well. Orion, I know, just retweeted it out. Oh, so it's OMTG. Okay. You know what? I will give him a follow, as he is a very lovable boy. But he did earlier tweet out a document which shows you exactly which Behemoth Typhoons have which frame advantage. Okay, yeah. give that a look, I'm going to depart for a moment and check on my cat's food and water. So, Scooty Whoop. Oh, you love to see it. So, that is something very, and it's actually by complete coincidence, otherwise I would have had to tell you which Behemoth Typhoon is which. But, what I'm not sure immediately that I remember seeing it, but if you are defending against against Goldlewis, you need to FD his pressure out, and then beat him in neutral. Do not try to just sit there and block, because as you can see, his Behemoth Typhoons can be very, very plus, and he can get in for a very advantageous situation for executing his pressure. I'll go ahead and line up again. Why is it not letting me on? There we go. Okay, challenge to a battle. So, when it comes to defending against his pressure, you need to FD all of it and save all of your meter for doing exactly that. You know, unless you have enough that you really want to try to get in a Shiki Roman cancel, but for Potemkin having a losing matchup, I really recommend saving your meter to FD his Behemoth Typhoons, as the only ones that are minus are the ones that start up the fastest. Nicely done. Like here. Nicely done. And then you'll have to beat him in neutral. It also prevents you from taking the chip damage, which his Behemoth Typhoons have very scary chip damage. Drone goes out. Ooh, nice. Nice. Still got me in my jump. Interesting. So he's still too far for Goldlewis to go ahead and minigun and do it again. Nicely done. Excellent handling of that scramble there. What do you want, you little scrungo? I was hoping that would work. And, I do see you backdashing a lot. I would recommend not backdashing on Wake Up unless Goldlewis is far away from you. If he is right in your face, he has a lot of different ways to give some very active attacks for meaties. His 5k, which is the little stomp here, by the way, that has 9 active frames, so that will catch anyone's backdash, since Potemkin no longer has the legendary grappler backdash. Nice on the FD. You will have to keep blocking though. It is not your turn until you either push him back into neutral. You want to actually FD him. That one, that Behemoth Typhoon right there, is his farthest reaching horizontal one with fast startup. It's not actually his farthest reaching one altogether, but the only one that reaches farther has a very noticeable startup. So if you are being pressured by Goldlewis, step 1 is don't backdash. You really have to sit there and be calm with the... You have to block the strikes, and you have to FD them out. If you're at a decent enough distance from him, you can just keep blocking high, since none of his Behemoth Typhoons that hit low hit very far. So after you FD the first couple of hits of his pressure, you can shift to an upward one if he is not doing a close slash or a kick attack. His sweep still reaches pretty far, and he actually moves a little bit forward when he does that. But the general rule for defending against Goldlewis is you have to hold the block, and you have to hold the FD. Push him back until you can beat him in neutral again, which is his weakest state. Well, defense, technically. Drone goes out. Always with the double jumps, but it still keeps getting me considering that you actually dip down low because of the rollback. Nice hold. Alright, nice going Xander. You remembered to BT afterwards for the OTG. Nice pressure from Sheikah. Watch me go ahead and... maybe I should have done a different setup that would have actually just reset you back onto the ground. So yeah, you have to beat him in neutral for the most part, which is going to be difficult for Potemkin. But you can beat just about all of his grounded options with Slide Head if you armor through a Behemoth Typhoon. What you need to watch out for, though, is discouraging him from jumping with a couple of 6Ps. Because his jump dust can be cancelled into a Behemoth Typhoon before he hits the ground. So he essentially, if he's in the air, he can get a 2-hit attack to... He can get a 2-hit attack out there to, Yeah, I'm trying to focus on two things at once. A 2-hit attack there to interrupt the armor from either Slide Head or, Hammerfall. And whatever you do, especially on a character with slow buttons like Potemkin, don't mash. The Behemoth Typhoons there in that chart that are plus, they're very, very plus. Not slightly plus, but very, very plus. You have to keep them held blocked out. If he is running back in to try to reset, though, you can still beat him just like anyone else trying to run back in for a reset.
Mankind.
And as for the high-low behemoth typhoons that I use for Oki, nicely done. If you are far enough, though, then it looks like Jump Dust will not hit you. Go ahead and hold that block. I knew it was coming. I've actually played a little bit of Potemkin in my time. What about Elder Scrolls? Because I am eager to play them a lot more. In fact, I would like to do Skyrim sometime soon. But I definitely need a better computer before I'm able to stream that. I haven't played Oblivion this week, but I do believe I played it last week, right? Good with the FD, you will need to keep pushing up. And there, you got the whiff and got the punish. And you are staying at a very good range to beat him in said neutral. Yeah, it really just depends on Goldlewis getting a good read for a 6P. Oh, that knocked you down through the... Interesting. So that prevented you from taking the damage from it. Very interesting.
Duel 3.
So, what is your question specifically, Decursion? Ah, that should have been super jump. Ooh, nice catch there on the jump. Oh, that makes me very sad. Yeah, this is very, very rough. I hope you come up to some better matchups in the future, Chaos. Yeah, yeah, it's pain. It's pain, Dio. I've done a few Oblivion streams lately, Decursion, and in fact soon I'd be very interested in trying Morrowind for stream. But again, I don't think people are searching for Morrowind. Oblivion actually got a decent enough attraction lately, so who knows? Life is Daijobu as best as it can be. Man, Sheikah really didn't want to deal with that. And goodbye. So, think about it this way, Decursion. Fame is exponential. As you get more exposure, you tend to get exposed to more people. Nope, you have to hold that block. And so... if you think about proportionally which of my audience, you know why. So, fame is exponential. As you get famous faster. Accordingly, the largest amount of time that I'm going to spend with my audience is going to be more disproportionately skewed towards my regulars who show up in reoccurring amounts towards the beginning of my streamer career. I still remember the first regular I picked up. It was James, by the way. And I still remember a lot of the times that a regular showed up for the first time. Accordingly, I am definitely going to remember all the people who were here from the very beginning, which this is still essentially a beginning. Nicely done. Anything to keep Goldlewis at full screen where he can't hurt you. Wonderful use of those plus frames. You want to see a robbery? The only chance I might have of forgetting is if I end up becoming incredibly busy, like 8 years down the line. But if you're talking about the folks who definitely showed up towards the beginning, I will definitely remember you, and even toward more, towards the time in which, say, I have a regular audience of 30 viewers or so. It's still very possible to pay attention to all those folks. The issue comes if I end up having, like, an audience of 100 people, where at that point I can no longer respond just to specific folks in chat. Because with 100 viewers, there's going to be a good 20 of them talking a lot, I imagine. I don't know if I have any lurkers yet. I have a couple of people who say hi at the beginning and end of a stream, but otherwise not really talk, and that's understandable. But for now, and I mean, when did you show up? It would have been 2 months ago. At least for like a good 2 or 3 years, since it's going to be a while before I get a lot of subscribers. I'm definitely going to remember everyone who showed up first. Since proportionally, I'll have ended up spending a lot more time of my career with y'all. Watch the stream in the background. I'm perfectly fine being background noise. Many people have complimented me on the voice, and accordingly, I do hope I can provide something of a soothing experience. You do listen, and I can tell because you are responding to me. You have been getting better, Sheikah. Goodness. Yeah, I'm always going to remember the first of folks who did show up. And I even remember a few folk who showed up for like 1 or 2 streams and then unsubscribed. Simply because, at least for the first couple of months I've been streaming, it's been a very, very lonely time. But actually having a few regulars in this day and age... There's the burst. Really? His legs were still far enough down there. Yep, I knew the throw was coming, but I had no idea when.
린제가 되라.
Yeah, for about the first, I'd say until about August. So from June to August, it was a very lonely time streaming, since really, like, for the first couple of weeks or so, my friends that I did tell about it, because I didn't keep this a secret from my friends. I had a couple of friends show up in my early streams and watch me, but they have since not returned, really. I don't think any of my in-person friends watch my streams anymore. But, it was after that Noida stream where I do believe it might have been the first or second one that James showed up that I started having people regularly approach. And accordingly, it did actually get a lot more frequent with a number of viewers who did decide they'd stay. Now, it wasn't entirely streaming to an audience of 0 at the beginning, because basically for the first month and a half... Hi. Welcome to the Kai Hate Club. I'll take a water with no ice, and a side of vanilla ice cream, please. I did essentially get a little bit of branding and advertisement done with the early bits of the stream, considering that it was basically just Guilty Gear for the first month. And I do have my in-game profile branded correctly. And so I did have quite a few people who did show up and say, hey, I saw you in the stream, so show up. You really have to get used to talking to yourself. And not necessarily talking to yourself, but you have to pretend that you're talking to an imaginary friend if no one is there. The general rule is keep talking under every circumstance, unless you're taking a moment to get a drink or whatever. Yeah, you have to talk to an imaginary friend. The easiest rule is just demonstrate what you're doing. And I will think aloud as I'm going up in matchups in Guilty Gear, for example. So I'll talk about, okay, so we know this person's doing this, so we'll have to do this for our poach, so on and so forth. Ah, not enough. Nicely done. Excellent use of the 2K there. I really hope this doesn't happen again in tournaments, because I already can't stand Kai. Yep, there it is. Excellent 6P. Drone goes out irresponsibly, since that's not actually going to shield me from anything. Sacred Edge. Okay, that is enough. Wonderful. I don't want this to be over just yet. 5K. Wonderful read. You know, that's not nearly as bad as Chip, actually. I think that one's still very doable. Not in terms of matchup, but in terms of fighting someone on the other side of the planet. Yeah, a lot better. I am getting better at predicting the grabs, though, so maybe I will eventually start agreeing with Chim, who keeps downplaying Kai. No, Kai is still a very dishonest character. He's more honest than most of the cast, but he is still very incredibly dishonest.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society.
But Chaos, I'm guessing you have to play him just because he works well against the matchups you have trouble with. I've watched all of the Meet Thee series, as well as, well, no, the proper shorthand would be I've watched everything officially produced by Valve. I haven't watched all of the famous fan videos, however.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
There is that Pootus Engage which showed up recently, and I still have yet to watch that one. Although I know that one's been making a lot of rounds. Yeah, for Valve, I have watched everything. I actually used to be a very big TF2 player. It was summer 2012, the first time I actually had good internet, and back then, I played about, that was back when I was still in school. So I played about 700 hours of TF2 in the span of one summer. Just because I had no other obligations. Try to get into it, but you suck. Any tips? The meta might have changed since I played. I know they've done a lot of weapon rebalances. I haven't played regularly since, say, 2015.
Are you ready?
And that was a very long time ago. Mostly still the same, according to Sheikah.
Mankind knew that. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Okay. No wall break for you. At least, not yet. You know, I was mashing PRC. I wonder why it didn't come out.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
And get him with the backwards jump dust. That's jump dust, by the way. If you ever hear me refer to that, Chaos, it's the one where he reaches into the where the coffin opens, and all the little grip arms come out. And goodbye, because I did hear the sound of you attacking. You're Chip, you don't have to work hard for anything. Not always, only sometimes. I've actually tried to get out of the habit of wake up super all the time. What I should start doing, though, is the very long startup for the level 3 version can actually be cancelled into a PRC so you keep the invincibility, but it only uses the 50 meter. Why is it still having connection issues? Get me back in. There we go, there we go. Okay. Oh, Lord. Alright, alright. There's a technique Goldlewis can use since the level 3 down the system has so much startup. You can PRC it and get the invincibility from startup without it actually coming out. Drone goes out. Yeah, this is gonna be impossible to react to, so I'm just gonna have to guess this entire time. And get started. Drone goes out. Also, if you see a throw into a drone, that is not jumpable out of the Behemoth Typhoon that follows. This is an anti-VP setup, but it does get caught by super. This also hits behind him since you have the hitbox that does go in front of you. I actually have one friend who always plays Leo, so I have a lot of experience fighting a floor 10 Leo style. Although I still get destroyed by Leos in higher ranks, since they pull out frame traps I never even knew about. That's where they actually start doing the backstance cancels very frequently. I think we'll go ahead and do this for another 40 minutes, but then I might actually go ahead and terminate the stream. Drone goes out. I'm not expecting the follow-up. Maybe that's what I should change. I'll go ahead and take that meter, thank you. Oh, wrong button. I tried the BT after that. And goodbye. All that meter gone to waste. Chica, stop jumping out of the corner.
에리카, 스카우트에 성공했네.
Are you ready?
Yeah. I am gonna have to go ahead and, maybe even do that earlier. My throat is getting a little bit sore. It's been the entire week of doing all the streaming. Which, since I am basically always using a voice. Ah yes, the classic whiffed DP into... Or, whiffed 2D into DP. Give me some of that meter.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
I have a friend who always does that in neutral. I am always looking out for it. Ooh, nicely done. Yeah, I have a lot of experience with the Leo matchup. Except for, certain frame traps. Just because I do have one friend who doesn't know that you can, cancel the backstance attacks into specials. Because for some reason, Leo decided he's still going to be playing Guilty Gear Rev 2. So yeah, there's a lot of cases where I've been conditioned into expecting him to shield immediately afterwards.
They cannot change society.
So getting an actual special attack frame trap off of the back turn heavy slash still catches me all the time. Go ahead and give him the minigun. And hit him with the Goldlewis copter. That has recently become one of my favorite techniques. Ah, so close. Maybe I should have just done 6P instead. Noted. I can probably get a lot of forward jump attempts with that. Air dash 862. Which, if it hits an opponent, actually causes a ground bounce. It's a combo starter. The regular 862 just causes a direct knockdown unless you RC it.
Are you ready?
As for the Leo matchup specifically, there are, unless it is 684 or 624, unless it's the minus Behemoth Typhoons which have the largest startup, there's actually DPable gaps in a lot of Goldlewis's pressure. Nicely done. Really? Didn't expect him to jump up that much. Ah, I must have mistimed it. Leo caught trying to praise the Lord a bit. Too much there. I make it a habit out of catching bursts and catching backdashes, just like that. I live for that. The entire round start backdash I get out of everyone, just trying to get as far away from Goldlewis as possible. That's why I play this character. I can see the fear. Enough Leo, yeah. Ah, excellent sets though, everyone. Hope I can get some bit of Goldlewis knowledge to you. Keep up that FD, Chaos.
Mankind. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Hot's the only person I actually feel fear with and not frustration fighting. And an unburstable setup since it's off of a throw.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Maybe a super jump into jump slash is in order. Nice DP. And again, nothing but ruckus.
Duel 3.
Oh well, I would have run out of meter eventually. Why are you mashing? Sheikah, why are you mashing? Don't you mash in my classroom? I'm gonna get accustomed to the lag and I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen. Thought you could grab. Definitely something I need to start doing is getting the proper spacing for Goldlewis to where I am just outside of grab range to set up that Oki. Hold on, I'm gonna need a moment to prepare. Alright. Alright.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Get the knockdown. Nice little bit of conditioning there. And that is exactly what I live for. Nice 2P. Catch the jump out. Reset. And 684 actually, for what I know, a post-wall break reset actually sets both characters a slightly longer distance apart. And what I've found from that is it sets it up as a perfect range for Goldlewis to actually win with a 684 against a lot of situations he'd otherwise lose against. The 684 is a 12-frame startup, by the way. That is the startup of his longest range attacks that he can threaten neutral with. 12 frames.
Mankind knew that they cannot. Duel 1. Let's rock.
I wonder if that was burst save. At that distance, maybe. Nice overhead setups. I always wondered what that was. Is that supposed to be dappled sunlight on the stage? Excellent 6P.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
And continue. Really? Did you just burst my burst, or did we burst simultaneously? Let's take this over to the corner, shall we? You better be blocking on wake up. I don't want to see you trying to jump, Sheikah. Stop. That was your last match. Alright then, Sheikah. I think it is a good time for a lot of us to start wrapping things up, but I'm definitely down to help with the Chaos matchup. The Goldlewis matchup, as much as you need, Chaos. Thank you very much for the set, Sheikah. I do hope you have a wonderful tournament run next time you're in. I will put a hard cap on about 30 more minutes, though. You are always welcome around, Chica. I need to see when you're streaming more, though it might be usually when I'm asleep. So I might not have that privilege. Good, FD. Stream at 10 AM on your time. Wait, I have been there for a couple of streams. Unfortunately, if you actually don't have enough meter to just FD everything, Goldlewis might just win. Ooh. Only needed 2. And the beast falls. 5P and start. Also, I think you might not be able to flick his projectile setups, since they are very weird functions for projectiles. Ooh, nicely done. Ooh, tried 684 there. Remember, I'm playing a big body. I know exactly what the grappler is looking for. You're looking for big damage. Also, if Goldlewis catches you about, say, middle of Potemkin's height or so with a jump Behemoth Typhoon, then he is going to be plus when he lands. If he does clip you towards, like the hitbox from his attacks, if it clips Potemkin around the upper chest or the head, then you do have your turn. But not all of them are immediately punishable. You might try for a Potemkin Buster, though. Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. I will try my best, Sheikah. And of course, you, I'll also remember. I think it might actually technically be the first friend in the VFGC I actually spent a decent amount of time with. Like, more than once. Ooh, that was a spicy BT. Zeros, I did see. I'll have to see. Miss my input. It is either you or Zeros. Now remember, he's plus. You have to FD. You have to FD. Some characters with really fast buttons can get away with it, but Potemkin has to FD him out. I should just stop air dashing in neutral. And there I am getting complacent. Wonderfully done. Get some of that damage, pass all the scaling. Yeah, that looks very painful. I don't know if Zeros was first, but he's actually the only VTuber I have met on ladder. And not just from the community first. What a fun interaction that was. Ah, he's a good lad. You're all good lads. I still have yet to find someone in the BFGC that I don't like. Ooh, nicely done. Nicely done. Gold burst. I can understand that. Ooh, wait. Hold on. What did you flick? Did you flick the drone or did you flick the bullets? Because I know, Leo can't reflect the drone. I don't... Wait, no, Potemkin's reflect is different. It just requires it to hit a projectile hitbox. It doesn't actually reflect the projectile. Nicely done. Ooh. And catching the jump. Perfectly timed. Nicely done. I bet that was cathartic for you.
잘했다. 기원하라.
Excellent understanding of the neutral. Glad you're having fun. Why did it boot me up? Oh, well, we are set to winner stays, so let's adjust that. It just takes experience. I know there's a lot of folks that I don't have enough experience against, and therefore don't really have very many good wins against them. Axel was someone I've only started winning against recently.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Spicy. Huh, I hit backdash, but it might have been a bit too early. Yeah, you deserve this at least. I am going to be streaming for another 20 minutes, Kyle, but my voice is my throat is feeling a little bit sore, so it is after that point. Ooh. Nice sweep. Oh, welcome everyone. Who's rating us here? Ooh, excellent 6p. Welcome, Bara Trash. We are closing out the sets for the night. You are welcome to join if you would like to get in some sets. Nicely done with the FD. Huh. Interesting clash. I wonder if 624 would have been different. Alright, you are definitely picking up the matchup. Let me know when you get in here, Kyle, by the way. Perfect read. I was expecting another backdash. I guess I should basically... Oh, no, unfortunately it is not crossplay. Yet. Yep, there's the wake up super. Nicely done. I'm gonna have to change up my strategies a bit. And go ahead. Ooh, nice setup. While he's trying to flick the drone, go in for the attack. Only fighting game I know that has crossplay is okay. Only fighting game I know that has crossplay is Street Fighter V, which, unfortunately, I don't play nearly enough. Really, that whipped. I do have a couple of friends who, I wonder if that's actually plus. Get him hit. Perfectly done, Chaos. Expecting me to do the cross up. Alright. go ahead for a little bit more damage, and just barely. Excellent set, Chaos. We are on PC for anyone else who would like to attend. I do hope this gets crossplay in the future, though. I would like to fight you. Knew I was gonna gun you down. So you went for the heavy slash. The startup on the minigun is actually, faster if he has higher security levels. That's another bit of knowledge to have. Oh, thank you. It is a contribution from another viewer of ours. And let's go ahead for one of these. Ooh, just enough damage. Take a picture. It is actually safer to backdash towards the end of his range, so that is a good thing you are doing. Ah, that should have been 2p. Wait, no. 5p should have worked there. Not 6p. Alright. Nicely done. I guess I really should just go with the safest option. I have gotten that rate at least. Ooh, not high enough. But what if I also gold bursted? Well, that would happen, for one. But I have the meter to spare. Alright, let's get Kyle in here. And welcome, Raiders, by the way. I suppose I should introduce myself. My name is Xander Turing. I play a mix of a variety of games, usually roguelikes and fighting games are my biggest focus. I also play a couple of quirky indie games. I try to maintain a relatively relaxed and educational atmosphere. And, well, best as I can to be say-so and proper about it. Polite. Now it's a party. We got 3 big bodies in here. There's not going to be much room. All these folks taking up so much space. Alright, what do I know about this matchup? Run-up block is usually safe. Ooh, just barely. Ah, I hit backdash. I must have actually done it early. Ooh, nice one. I thought I would have been able to punish that with the 2p. Maybe I was a little bit too far. I imagine it was because of Gobo's performance, but I was playing him since day 1. Or maybe people have understand he's actually not that bad of a character. Ah, was looking to 6p. Excellent throw setup. And that's probably a KO right there. Who do you play, Bar Trash, by the way? If this game ever does get crossplay, I'd be very interested in trying to do it. Ah, another chip player. Sheikah was in here just a moment earlier, and he happens to be another one as well. You know, I need to stop trying to go in for that jump attack. Nice. Excellent delay. Yep, there it is, going for all the chip damage since I'm running out of tension. Very, very close match. Interested in Anji, haven't gotten a chance to lab him. I played Anji for the first month before Goldlewis came out. And I don't really regret switching, as I just couldn't get Anji to work. Maybe I'm not random enough. Now this, I gotta see. I wonder who the winner here is. Nago does have big buttons, but Potemkin also actually has armor to get through them. Ah, he doesn't pop. Not quite. Gold burst. Kyle getting all the damage. Grab him. Yes! Ah, the drop. He only needs to get one hit in. You'd like to join, but it's US East. Are you another fellow from across the world here? Chaos here, who is the Potemkin in this match, is actually fighting us from Southeast Asia. Ooh, now Kyle just gets to do whatever, which he'll score a very nice KO off of that. Yeah, the rollback is wicked on this. It's not something you can see while I'm spectating, but there's probably about 6 or 7 frames of rollback in here. Wait, who hates chips? What about hating chips? I legitimately don't know if I actually said something like that. Oh, okay. Ah, the whiff. So close. Well, we certainly have a very interesting spectator setup. Nothing but big boys in here. It's kind of funny, both of you have the branding for your characters on your... I'll open that window for you later, little scrunko. Ah, the cat has really taken into the habit of staring out the windowsill lately. Ha! Nice. Right, I need to get back into the Nago matchup habits. Stop scratching me, you little... streamer pets, am I right? The little guy wants to stare out the window. Nice gold burst. Ah, I would have loved to see another good Goldlewis. Nicely done. You know, I see it coming, but I'm not... I guess I'm not actually hitting the backdash at the right time. You had meter, though, I believe, and I know Orion, for example, always PRCs it. Instruct me, is it pronounced Moray or Morai? I see the dev in your name, so I assume you happen to be a fellow programmer. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean programmer. It could mean development of lots of different sort of software things. Rarely no, not BRC, but PRC. Orion does that all the time. He actually option selects all of his bites. War of the Roman cancels, I see. All the meter in the world and a dropped combo. Oh, he's dead. And I think we have a desync here. Yeah, we have a desync. Or maybe? We'll see if they actually do any sort of erratic behavior. Yeah, we have a desync. Alright, pop out of that real quick. Return to the room, and I suppose I will open the window for the little Skrunko here. Grant me a moment.
Are you ready?
All right. I'm certainly willing to answer any questions that do not involve personal identity. Or being horny, or... Wait, hold on. Did I alt-tab back out? Okay, there we go. I have been streaming since the release of Strive. Are you here? Yeah, let's go, Kaio. Thank you for waiting to make sure things were working here. I've been streaming since June 12th of the previous year. Am I safe enough? Because I did do that early. I am not. You know, one interesting bit of matchup knowledge I could get is seeing which supers actually have only 7 frames of startup, because some of them I might have a bit more lenient time with getting out a 2P for OP. Remember, don't backdash. Perfect counter hit conversion.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
I really need to get into the habit of just jumping that. Maybe it needs a jump H. I have not even gone for affiliate, as I actually have a YouTube channel I focus on way more than my Twitch. One more match and then call it a day, Chaos. Alright. We are approaching the end of our stream time. Yeah, I haven't been even trying for affiliate. Yeah, good patience on the bait. That is exactly what I do this for. In fact, it would have been interesting. I could have used 2H on the way back down, which would have made it burst safe, since Goldlewis's legs during 2H are very disjointed.
Mankind knew that they cannot change.
Took you 2 months. Yeah, it's definitely going to be more than 2 weeks to get that. Didn't want to deal with any of that out of you. Go ahead with the minigun. Quantum Leap, welcome back. In fact, if you do like to get in, I will wait for you. Well done. Well done. Wonderfully done. Oh, if you're already in, then yeah, let's go ahead. Okay, stop throwing mids. Because he has gotten into the habit of blocking. Ooh, nicely done. Really? The sworn that should have comboed. Alright, jump dust. Posting clips to all the social media, actually the first person that you rated so far. Well, a nice introduction then. Thank you. I'll actually be sure to give a fellow fighting game player a follow. Ah, not a close slash. Yeah, if you are looking for friends in the FGC, just go look for anyone who happens to be streaming open lobbies, like myself. Although if they are streaming, they're a lot more likely to be on PC. I need to actually see what the gap in there is. Nicely done, Chaos. You are getting a hang of it. Who's pinging me? Everyone else is running sets. Oh, wait. Not everyone else is streaming sets, though. Yeah, and so is Chaos. Chaos the Potemkin here is also a fighting game VTuber. Good luck, Quantum. A Gremlin Sheikah is indeed playing a 6-frame rollback chip. Nice use of the plus frames. Excellent mix-ups, Quantum. You have gotten better since last time I've seen you. I do need to do research on the Greta Impact, knowing what the frame data is between consecutive ones. Excellent conversion. Let's see if Quantum gets the legendary big body killer. Excellent cross-ups, that shit's terrifying. Excellent 6p from Chaos. And an anti-air to beat the jump slash. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Another excellent 6p, getting the spiral arrow. See what he does from here. Into the Greta Impact setups. And a charged 5D. That should be the end, right? Ooh, clutch burst from Quantum. Yeah, Giovanna's gonna be able to get through that armor super easily. It is kind of hard fighting others who play on console. But I do have a friend who is let me see if I can find her Twitter. Yeah. Okay, I'm not up next, so... I'm just gonna plug a friend here. This is one friend I know who plays a lot of Guilty Gear and happens to be on PlayStation. Yeah, Kyle also happens to be on PlayStation. That's a friend I've been talking to a lot lately who is mostly waiting for Slayer, but also a very good Goldlewis player. I'm actually happy so many people have picked up Goldlewis. But that means I do have competition. Interesting clash there. Yeah, go ahead and give him a look. Chaos down one round. Nice slide head, but apparently it's getting punished. That 2S from Nagoriyuki is very vicious. Going into the classic 2K 5D setup, and a perfect read from Chaos. Here we go. Excellent burst read. And right before he pops. If you saw, that blood gauge was building a mile a minute right before that last hit. Otherwise, it truly would have been over.
Are you ready?
Kyle, I expect you to lose this one, as I do need to fight Quantum Leap after a long time. Thank you for your time, Chaos. I'm glad to see you catching a bit more of a hang of the Goldlewis matchup. There should be a few other playing, so do try to get a knowledge of the matchup and not just my habits. Right, I keep getting caught by that. Orion never does that, so I never look for a throw after Beyblade. Interesting. That did get past my past my 684. There is a blind spot right in front of Goldlewis when that happens. And again, not something that Goldlewis gets to win. Ah, you're kidding me. Get rid of some of that tension. Nice pause button. And an excellent backdash off there. So close. No, 2K 2D is not true. But it frame traps just about everyone. That is actually something I'm trying to work out of my autopilot, is 2K into 684. I am still growing, and I'm trying to unlearn a lot of bad habits, like Wake Up Super, which I have been working on. The 5P into Behemoth Typhoon Oki you've seen me do is something I've only picked up in the last week, and it actually carried me over to 5th place in a tourney recently. I am only about a level 500 or so player, not level 1400. He's probably still about to pop. Indeed. Get him. Excellent punish. Excellent punish.
Wins. Duel 2. Let's rock.
Excellent jump out and into a full or a dropped combo, but the start of a punish at the very least. Interesting setup in the cross up there, and good burst. Quantum Leap having a very good grasp of neutral, and getting the full Blood Rage punish. I do need to get a match in against Quantum at some point. You know what, yeah. Next time I rotate in, whenever I get knocked off the set, that will be it for me. And accordingly for the stream. Ah, well then. Looks like I still have a chance against Quantum. Welcome back, welcome back. It's been a while. And begin.
Let's rock.
Ooh, nice 6P. I'm gonna go ahead and burst that. Excellent cross up. Ah, that was me trying to do a Roman cancel. I don't think Roman cancels usually get a counter hit like that. Interesting. Yeah, as you can see, I'm still learning that bit, so I don't have the timing down. That was supposed to be a jump dust, not a grab. Oh, that was also supposed to be jump dust. Weird conversion. I didn't expect that one to actually hit, so I sort of had to improvise what was going on there. There's the burst. And go for the ambiguous cross-up. One thing I'm still trying to do is the whole backpack thing where he conditions them to start blocking high, and then you can do the cross-up JH and still be able to do the 486 on the way. Yeah, that's what I've been picking up lately, is getting as much of the good Goldlewis Oki as I can. Rock and roll.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
저기 아니야. 일 보고 있나?
I just barely hit 6p at the beginning of that. Ooh, excellent, excellent bait.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
The clash. I should really just start inputting that twice and breaking my fingers even more.
일 보고 있나? 우리가 부족해. 여들었나? 저기 아니야.
Again, you keep destroying me, Kaya. Alright, let's actually see that, let's see that run back. But after that one's done, I'm gonna go ahead and say goodnight, as it has been 6 hours of streaming today. Yeah, the, Nagoriyuki matchup is vicious, and Kaya has actually been getting a lot of practice against me lately. So he's gotten a good read on my habits. Nah, go ahead and do another round there, Quantum. Wait, hold on, let me spectate though. And if you guys do want to keep fighting, I will leave the lobby running for a little bit post-stream. But after this match, let's shut it down.
Mankind News. Duel 1. Let's rock.
일 보고 있나?
Alright, interesting start. Seems Quantum has already gotten the burst out of Kyle. Spiral arrow, and gets a good button on him from the plus frames. Into the giant bear combo. Wow, I might actually have to pick up Giovanna for that. Nice bit of mobility here. And that is plus. That's actually one of the few things I know about Giovanna, is she has a few enough attacks. The spin kick is minus, but her other two specials that she'll usually end with her plus. Of course, she shouldn't be ending combos with the anti-air one, though. I actually still have not yet had much issue with that 2D. Mostly because Goldlewis has kind of a similar button in his disjointed 5K. There's the pop. And there's the Kaio signature shimmy into throw. Oh, that one's painful to see. Yeah, Shika, I'm usually trying to react to the bite. I'm just still not reacting to it. And it's pretty obvious when he comes back in, but I have a slow reaction speed, so I'm still trying to get up to it. Excellent cross-up setup. See if Kyle throws out that random wake-up super, and... Nice Beyblade. Nice, 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 nice. Alright, that does it for tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and pan us back to the regular screen. If you two want to keep running sets, please do so. I will close down the lobby after the stream is done with, though. A little bit later. Yeah, you two go ahead and get some experience. This has been a wonderful week of streaming. The tournament was excellent. GG's to everyone indeed. Blood Rage to try and buy in combo? I'm still trying to make sense of that one. Oh, bait and combo. Okay. Yeah. I do know the frame advantage is -7 on Blood Rage, so I try to punish it when it shows up. I wonder if that actually means that 5p can hit him, but he is crouching a bit when he does that. Anywho, no stream tomorrow. Sunday is always a rest day. To any of the raiders here, I usually do Guilty Gear on Fridays, but I have decided recently that I'd like to pick up playing this game more. So there might be an extra Guilty Gear stream or so this week. You can follow me on Twitter, and I do post schedules there weekly. If one doesn't happen on Sunday, then you can expect it's something on Monday. I usually stream about 6 or so p.m. Central Standard Time. Pretty consistently. US evenings and whatnot, which should be mornings for any of our Southeastern Asian audience. Monday is usually reserved for something relaxed. You can generally expect always something on Monday and Friday. And otherwise, I am usually streaming 5 or 6 days a week. Anyways, Bar Chess, thank you so much for the raid. I do hope we do get to play some sets sometime in the future. Need to be more involved with the community. That was a mistake I held off for such a long time. As I said, or it might have been before the raid, but my first 2 months or so of streaming, I actually didn't really interact with the community. It was only around September or October where I actually found that there was a community and started trying to participate in tournaments, so on and so forth, which has been a wonderful time ever since. I do believe that leaves us done for today, so Professor's going to get a lot of rest, and I hope everyone has a wonderful remainder to their weekend. Class is dismissed. Thank you, everyone. I don't know if there's a community specifically for console fighting game VTubers. But if you... Let's see. Are you part of the VTuber FGC Discord? I'm gonna go ahead and post an invite. Let me grab that real quick. I will post... Okay, you are in there. Yeah. I don't know if there's a channel specifically for people who are doing console games. But yeah, just go ahead and ask anyone for sets at some time. If there's not specifically a console chat. Alright, started posting there daily whenever you go live. I did that for a bit, but I didn't really get anyone showing up, unfortunately. And I've slowly started stacking on more and more spots that I've tried to announce my streamings. It's gotten a little dense. I do think the best way to actually grow your audience, if you're doing fighting game stuff, is try to look for any other folks who are running lobbies, see if you can join those, and you'll get your presence recognized. And try to see if you can ask anyone to be down for sets on console, and slowly build an association from there. A lot of VTuber folk in the FGC are going to be very kind, and send raids here and there. In fact, speaking of, Let's actually do that. I wonder if anyone else is streaming. I'm going to bed. But... Proxy is streaming. I'm going to go ahead and raid Proxy, who is another fighting game VTuber. Sometimes. I don't think she has done too much lately. Right now she's playing Elden Ring, but I know she's another PC player. Indeed. Have a very good evening, everyone, and thank you for your time. This channel is intended for mature audiences. For those of you who are expecting a continuation of Say So habits, it might not happen. But for everyone, good night.